Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Effortlessly Abundant Life. I hope you guys had a beautiful weekend. I feel like the whole last week was kind of like a blur because of 4th of July here in the United States. So some people just took the whole week off. So I feel this is officially the first week where we are back. And actually, we went to the beach this past weekend, was just everything that I needed because, I'm a beach girl and I love the beach. So for me, my biggest goal this summer is just go to the beach as often as possible. And I have to tell you, I love Brighton Beach in Brooklyn. Some people just don't understand how I like this beach because it's so crowded and it's just like, Brooklyn, right? It's not as quiet, I guess, but I just love this area. And of course, because I was born in Belarus, so my Russian roots are so happy to be around all the babushkas and all the dedushkas and all the weird people that live in Brighton Beach. And it's just such a wonderful time. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. And I'm going to talk to you about a very interesting topic today: how to deal with difficult people. How do we deal with a crazy aunt or your mom or your dad or your spouse or your boss or your colleague or family member or friend or anybody that you feel there is tension, there is conflicts, there is just negative energy around it? So let's do a quick intro and come back. Welcome to the Effortlessly Abundant Life podcast, where we will dive into the mindset, spirituality, and practical tools to have more of what you want with less effort. I'm your host, Natalia, a mindset shifter, certified life and success coach, and hypnotherapist who is obsessed with making your life feel good from the inside out. So let's dive in today's episode in 3, 2, 1. So as I'm sipping my favorite matcha, this is one of the most interesting things that some of us don't really understand and know how to deal with. Because if you kind of follow mentors or self-development coaches, most of them, if not all of them, will say, well, you are your surrounding. So, in order for yourself to go to the next level, you have to eliminate anybody who is negative, anybody that is toxic out of your world, and that's it. So, you can live your best life. But what do you do when it's your family member or a really good friend of yours or a colleague at your job that you have to work right now because there's no other options for you right now? There's always options, but you feel like there's no options. Um, and most importantly, I think what those mentors don't understand, and in our language, if you follow me for a while, you know that our external world is always, always, always a reflection of our inner being. And our inner being is consists of our thoughts, of our feelings, of our karma, there's so much that it consists with. But my point of view and my take on relationships, first of all, is the most incredible school for us to ascend us to the next level ourselves, expand ourselves to our true being. And there's nothing more powerful than being presented with a contrast, with something that you cannot see for yourself within the people around you, that you cannot just quickly get rid of. So here is my take: the people that you have conflict with, people that you hold some anger or deep resentment or any of those negative feelings, there is something about them that pisses you off about yourself. There is something, that trait that you don't like about them is resonating deeply with something that it's kind of hard for us to see in ourselves because we're in our body, we're in our minds, we're in our feelings. It's hard for us to detect and see it. And God is so amazing and so incredibly smart. I mean, smart is not even start to describe describe this, but it really shows us in the most beautiful way, hey, this is what you need to clear up. And it's easy for us to say, well, he shouldn't do this and he shouldn't done that and find the blame, because that's our ego, right? We never want to take responsibility for ourselves and do the inner work. We always want to blame the external circumstances or the person or whatever. But I invite you to start looking at the people that are problematic in your life, that you see them as problematic, by the way. Because let me tell you, those people are not problematic everywhere with everybody. I'm sure that person, that colleague that you hate so much, is an amazing person outside maybe his work, with his friends, with his family. Maybe he's a great father figure for their kids. Or maybe they're great with their friends and maybe they're great for their community. But at work, it's something else, because you guys are a reflection of one another, right? But all I'm asking you to see them more for who they really, really are. They're not just that trade that you hate. They're not just cheap, or they're not just manipulative. They are so much more than that, as well as you. Because when you are having difficult time with a friend that see you maybe as difficult, you don't want to be judged just by that thing, right? You're so much more than your anger or something that you said, or just whatever trait that you portray to that person. You're so much more than that, right? And that's what I invite you to look at those people that are difficult in your life, to look at them as the greatest lesson in your life and blessing in your life, because they show you on such a deeper level of where you can do some more clearing, where you can really tap even deeper to your true essence and who you are. And they're just actors in your little play, in your little movie. That's what they're doing. We're all here to help one another to ascend, to expand, especially now, guys. I don't know if you feel, but the energies are crazy. We're elevating faster and moving faster to the next level of our fifth dimension. And I don't know about you, but time flies recently, especially during COVID. After COVID, it's just like boom. It felt like 2 years, felt like 6 months. Everything is moving faster. And we have to understand that there's another reason why we see those difficult people in our life, right? Not only they show us what we need to clear up within ourselves. The second thing is the karma law. You cannot bypass it. And if in the past life, you, God forbid, you raped or you did something to that person, guess what? You will feel it. You will become that person that it's been done to him as well, because we all here to understand that we're all one. We're all equals. You cannot do something without having the cause and effect of it. And it's not from a place of punishment. It's just a law. And this is where we understand on a deeper level that there's consequences to what we do. And if you're willing to take those consequences and be done the same to you, take that under consideration if you're willing to do whatever that is that you want to do. But what I was trying to say in terms of right now ascending to the fifth dimension, everything is happening faster. The karmatic laws are even happening faster. It's not like, oh, you did in a past life, so now you're going to pay for it. Now in this life, you are going to experience whatever you put out, because there's no time to wait to the next life, because now is where everything is happening like a diamond, right? It's created under pressure. So we're all being pressured in a very fast way. And we're been seeing with multiple maybe difficult people, and we're thinking, what is going on? Is the world has gone mad? What is going on? What's going on? What is going on? That this is now your playground where you need to clear up more. And this is a little bit of this, and there's a little bit of that, there's a little bit of this. And this is an amazing chance for you to do the inner work and ascend to the next level of yourself and feeling free. Because let me tell you, if you're going to hold on to that anger, if you're going to hold on to that feeling of resentment towards anybody, you are the one who's carrying this heavy, heavy, heavy weight. You are the broadcaster of this feeling, of this vibration. Because remember, everything is vibration, everything is energy. So when you are holding on to that feeling for so long, what is happening? Your body's experiencing illness. Could be cancer, God forbid. It could be any other disease. But most diseases created because of stress, because of low vibration feelings that are trapped in our body. And guess what? It has to be somehow expressed. So your body will express it in one way or another. So for yourself not to punish them by punishing yourself, it's time to let go. And I'm not telling you, don't feel those feelings of anger, of resentment, of all the things that are natural, because guess what? We're human beings. Just the question is, how long are you willing to hold on to that? Just because you're quote unquote right. It's not about being right. It's about feeling free and in peace. And you are responsible for that. Nobody else will do it for you. I don't want you to wait for nobody to tell you and say, hey, I'm sorry, in order for yourself to feel that freedom, to feel that inner completion. You don't need nobody's forgiveness other than yourself. Because guess what? Even somebody's going to tell you, I'm sorry. You can still hold on to that anger, right? And resentment. That sorry, it doesn't really a requirement for us to feel free. We are the ones who are allowing what bothering us, and we also allowing what's going to allow us to feel free. We are the ones. So what are you choosing for yourself? Do you truly want to still hold on to that feeling of resentment, of anger? Not talk to those people, even though those the closest people in your life, just because they did something wrong and you're right. But they're here to show you something about yourself that you're not really willing to go deeper and see. Can you take that invitation to look deeper within yourself and ask yourself, wait, if he did this, right? What is it about me that does that to other people or even to myself? And you'll find there, trust me. And I do this deep work with my clients one-on-one. This is part of my signature 3-month program that I do with my clients that is life-changing. Because if you're experiencing lack and you can, let's say, manifest wealth, abundance, there is something that is connected in your childhood with some kind of a person that taught you about this, that you need to release. And those people hold on to that, the memory, and you don't really see them for who they really are, which is light, which is love, which is truly, what do you want to feel in your heart? So this is the question. Are you willing and you choosing to let go and seeing them and yourself as the true self, which is love? As cliche as it sounds, you're not punishing anybody else by not talking to them, by showing them. You're punishing yourself. And the question is, how long are you willing to hold on to that quote unquote being right? And if it's time to really understand that we're all one, we're all in this crazy ride together, and take responsibility of how we choose to feel and choose to see the other person for what they really, really are, which is everything. Because deeply, deeply underneath all the anger, there is love. Because if they wouldn't drive you crazy and have this power over you, it's because you love them. There is something deep that you care about them, right? That's why it hurts so much, because you wouldn't care if somebody in the street would just yell something at you. You'll be okay. That's why God, Source, put you with the hardest people to deal with in your family, because you cannot get rid of them so easily. They're in your face. Hey, this is something you need to work on. Right there. And it doesn't matter if it's karma, if it's a reflection, it's an invitation. And this is now where we're going to talk about how to deal with this. Okay, so we understand why is it happening, but how we actually deal with that. Number one is forgiveness. Number one is always forgiveness. Forgiving ourselves for feeling this way and forgiving those people for whatever that they did. And it's easy said than done. Absolutely. But it's harder to hold on to that anger. It's harder to feel mad and low vibration. It's harder. So when you understand that you are winning by truly setting them free and learning from, wait, what is it about them that really drives me nuts? Oh, they lied. Am I lying to myself or others about something in my life? Can I forgive myself about this as well? Absolutely. And then I'm sure you feel that already, that sense of peace. And this is where it's important not to get caught up in our thinking and our feelings and overanalyzing, because you're kind of like, oh my God, what I'm learning about us, what I'm learning about that. And being trapped in that self-guilt. No, I want you to take a step back and look at a more neutral way of saying, hey, this is what I need to work on. And that's it. I'm forgiving them. I'm forgiving myself. And of course, I do these deep cleansing, karmatic cleanse with my clients one-on-one, because it's deeper than that, right? There is so much more in that it's hard for us to see for ourselves. And when you really sit down with somebody that's been through it, with multiple clients, with myself, it's just so much more obvious and so much easier to really find that thing that really bugs you and clearing it out from the source. And let me tell you, you can clean karmatic relationship that been truly haunting you for generations in that one session, in that one journey that I offer one-on-one with my clients. Not something I can just give it to you right now, because it's very individualized and it's very specific and unique for case by case scenario. So another example, if somebody, let's say, is just being really mean to you for no, like there's no reason for them to be mean, but they're so mean to you. Well, where I'm mean to myself, where I'm not giving myself unconditional love. You want to experience love? Well, you have to do it for yourself first, love. You can't expect nobody to love you more than you love yourself. And being dependent on that, that's not fair to them or yourself. You deserve to feel true, deep love for yourself. And it's amazing to me how many clients come to me. I'm talking about models, supermodels. I'm talking about executives. I'm talking about top doctors. I'm talking about people that are very successful. They just don't love themselves. And I've been there, because we tried to gain love from external validation, from being the best at school, an achievement, being the prettiest, being the best. But yet, deep down, we would not love ourselves for who we truly are. And all aspects of it. Now, when we are top performers and the best, and we're knocking things out of our to-do list, and we are flying, and we're good, and this and that. No. Can you love yourself when you're feeling like shit and you're not productive and you're not the best and you're not the most good looking right now and you don't feel it even, or when you're overweight? Can you love yourself truly and accept yourself? When you cannot do it to yourself, of course, you're going to have all these agents, all these people around you showing you and not accepting you because you don't accept yourself. When you truly accept yourself, everything around you will see it as a gift. Will see it as a no problem because there's no resistance there. They feel it that you're so in your essence and who you really are. You're truly loving yourself. It's so strong. You can't penetrate that shield. So I want you to understand, instead of looking those people that are mean to you, they're not accepting you, they're all the things you think they're doing wrong to you. Ask yourself where I'm doing it to myself or to others. And as I said, the first thing is to forgive. Forgive them, forgiving yourself. Forgiveness is the most powerful thing you can do. You can do, because it's not about erasing what happened, that it will make it okay. It's about really learning from it, really understand that everything bad that happened to us shaped us into what we are today. The question is how we choose to see this. Are we choosing to see it as us being the victims of it and we've been done wrong and where's the justice? Or say, you know what? Wow, what a lesson I learned here. Thank you. I choose to forgive them and see them for what they really are. I choose to actually love them and seeing the good in them, because I will feel better by doing that. I will feel good by actually seeing the good in them. And just by doing that, guys, I did it with my colleagues. I did it with people around me. I did it with my parents. I did it with my surroundings, intentionally, physically speaking to them, and sometimes just energetically with myself. By the way, it's as powerful, but of course, if you're doing in person, that just like kills the ego because that's hard to do, right? But by doing that, I truly created a life that is free of anger, of resentment, of that victim mentality that I build myself. And I try to make that story that was so disempowering because I took the power away from myself. I gave all these people more power than who I am. Oh, he done wrong to me. He talked to me negatively and he said that to me or he yelled at me. He shouldn't do that. Or he cheated on me. He shouldn't do that. Well, of course they shouldn't do that. But what is it about me that is look, what are they showing about myself that I need to clear up and forgive myself and choose differently? And seeing the good in them so I can free them. And it will just change the relationship for you. I'm telling you guys, you don't need to trying to manipulate and control other people to feel good. It's never going to work. You cannot change people. You can only what? Change yourself and your perception of yourself and others. And by doing that, you're no longer going to be in that frequency where you're going to invite that to yourself. So those people either they showed you what they need to show you and you're just going to move on. Just naturally, they're just going to dissipate out of your world. And both of you are going to continue in your married way. And that's it. Or you just gain yourself a more profound, deeper relationship that you're just going to ascend to the next level together. And both options are beautiful and great because you're winning no matter what. Because guess what? You're feeling in peace. You're in that bliss. You're in that You can breathe again. You can feel like you can enjoy life again and not just being the justice police. Oh, he did that and he did this and he did this and then just being all the time angry. I see so many people around us are angry, are defeated, are in that deep, deep despair just because they feel dispowered because all the people around them are doing them wrong. Well, what about you doing wrong to yourself? Maybe they're showing you something that you need to clear about yourself that is deeper. And as I said, I do this work with my clients and it's life-changing. I think this is the most powerful thing that truly changes people's lives because it's just insane how much we can learn from it, how much we can gain all the abundance that is just effortlessly pouring into your life just because you cleared up that burden and you just allow yourself to receive more of everything that's just meant to come to you just by learning this lesson and moving on. So if you're interested, I actually have 2 spots available for my summer 101 3-month exclusive coaching. This is a deep dive where we're going to really clear up all the subconscious limited beliefs and the karmatic cycles that are happening in your life and all the things you feel just you're stuck in. If you feel you're overworking yourself and you're not seeing the results that you want, you feel you go to bazillion dates and nothing is clicking, or you feel just stuck in the same pattern, same reality, and you're feeling angry at your parents, at your friends, at your spouse, or your kids, even people around you that matter to you and you just feel like there's no hope and you just feel that stuckness and that resentment and that frustration and you know you need to do something. You know in your heart that you're tired of feeling this way and you know you can no longer control everybody around you or control the circumstances anymore and you're tired of that and you're done but you just don't know what to do. What is the next step? So the next step is to apply to my one-on-one coaching to make sure that's a good fit for you. We're going to go on a Zoom call for a quick 15 minutes to make sure that it's even better fit for you. I have a very special exclusive price for the 2 people who are going to apply right now because I only have available space for 2 people. So if that's one of you and you want to clear yourself up and do some deep work this summer so you can clear yourself up so in September, October, you just you're going to remember this is going to be the life-changing summer that changed everything for me and everything is just clicks and everything works and everything comes easily and I don't feel like I need to work hard for my money. I don't feel like I need to hustle myself to death or go on a bazillion dates to find somebody. It just comes to me. Everything is comes to me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is just aligning in the most magnificent way. And it's not just like crazy talk. This is how it should be. Not everything should be hard. It's just we are the ones who are making everything so hard. And I want you truly to feel that deep peace inside and know how much you can control and actually release and do for yourself. And you don't need anything external to feel good. You really don't. And I want to teach you how to do it for yourself and feel this for yourself and experience this for yourself. So, all the information is the show notes below in the caption below if you're watching on YouTube. If you love this episode, if you found us helpful, please go ahead, rate it. If it's on Spotify or Apple or YouTube, wherever you are, rate it so more people can listen to it, expose to it, because God knows we need this. And if you are posting it on your social media, if it's your story or threads, I don't know, it's a new thing, guys. By the way, I'm there. So I'm posing really interesting questions there because I don't want it to be just copy paste of whatever I do on Instagram. I really want to kind of start a conversation. So go join me there. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about deep stuff and having a beautiful conversation about it. So if you posting that you rated and kind of taking your aha moment to what you loved about the episode you listened to, and tag me, of course, at Effortlessly Abundant Life. throughout all the social media. You're going to get a free effortlessly abundant hypnosis that is going to rewire your subconscious mind to reprogram your mind to receive more with ease, everything that you want, that true abundance. And abundance, I'm not just mean just money, everything, the opportunities, the resolutions, the people, the enjoyment, everything that abundance means. Go ahead and do that. We will definitely send it to you right away. So with that, guys, I love you so much. Enjoy your week. Have a beautiful rest of your day, wherever you guys are listening to or watching.